I would. Whoa!
Yikes, that's cool.
This is NCT. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Non-chord tone 127.
Well, you're gonna get lots of non-chord tones.
Wow.
Oops, spoilers.
Circle every non-chord tone.
Ew.
Take a shot for every non-chord
No,
tone.
stop. Oh my god.
So now you're reacting to a B-side track from NCT's 2018 Regular to Irregular album.
Are those men prettier than I am?
This piece is composed by Hitchhiker and Kim Kyun-min. This track, called Regular to Irregular Interlude, begins as spoken word over the music of NCT 2018 Yearbook number 1.
And the four members, Jungwoo in Korean, Yuta in Japanese, Winwin in Chinese, and Johnny in English, discuss dreams. Yuta. Yeah!
And the music switches from tranquil to discordant as the song transitions from the album's themes of regular to irregular, exploring the concepts of dreams and reality.
Tres, dos, uno.
Nice repeated piano. That feels very like movie music when something dramatic happens.
2014년 6월 20일
This is Eric Satie.
연습생 생활을
Exactly.
처음으로
It's like
시작했다.
Gymno PD number 50.
모든 것이 새롭고 낯설었지만
Yeah, he really is just speaking,
바로 그 꿈이라는 것을 꾸기
but like so
시작했다.
softly.
Wow, his piano playing is very nice.
That mic must have been so
It's
close.
very hot and he was very close. You can hear the
The
sound
noise in
of
the
his
back
mouth.
of his throat, yeah.
I kind of like love that actually.
No, I like it. It feels very intimate when you can hear sounds like that.
Pretty good translation, yeah.
Is this in 3? I think it's in 3. That's cool. That's new.
I mean, not your standard K-pop song for sure. Like I was expecting like a giant synth pad and someone to just like, you know,
Yeah, I was
start pounding
waiting.
4 on the floor.
Waiting for the beat drop. Maybe it'll happen still.
Those shakes though.
I just love the freedom. There's like no restrictions.
Like I know it's not waltz-like at all, but it like feels like it is. Like you can move to that. Ooh, low voice. Their voices are all very calming also. Like their resonance that with which they sing with, their resonant voices, like it comes through in their speaking voices.
Oh, this is so interesting.
see or seem is but a dream within a dream.
That's from that one poem.
Ooh,
Have you read that poem?
ooh. Half steps.
I actually really like this.
I really like this because it takes like the slight rhythmic feel that they had earlier and kind of like the rhythm is still there, but obviously the sound is like distorted into like this.
Well, there's that beat.
Yeah, so I guess we were right about the drop. We did get the drop.
This is Stockhausen, right?
It's also the same progression, but recorded backwards. There's a keyboard playing the same thing underneath. It's the same harmonic material.
Whoa!
Yikes, that's cool.
Pretty good.
This is very dreamlike. It's like that crazy dream that you have sometimes. You're just like, the world's exploding and like things are melting. And you're like, oh my god.
Wait, is this
What?
it?
This is... That's actually sick. Oh,
Okay,
wait, it's good. Oh, never mind.
I actually really like that. That was cool because it's this whole dream concept, irregular and irregular. So it's like it opens up with just like, you know, really smooth, goopy sustains. It was very well paced, but there was like a lot of nuance in the playing of the instruments. Like it seemed to just like slide to. It just felt like really. It wasn't like a it was very relaxed and it was like very in time, but at the same time it really seemed to stretch. Like they were in no hurry. Like it was really cool because it creates like that nebulous dreamscape that one might think of when thinking of a dream. And then it was cool because like he was like speaking on top of over it, so it kind of added to that kind of atmosphere.
It sounds like poetry. Jack Kerouac, he'd do that. Like he loved jazz, so he would like there'd be a jazz band behind him, and because he was famous and he was a good poet, he would just like read his poetry, and they would improvise in according to what was happening in the poetry. That's awesome. So it is a little bit like that, yeah. I thought the most valuable thing though was actually the contrast. At first I didn't like how they were developing it. I was like, no, don't do what I think, because I thought it was about to become like this stereotypical like club beat. Right. And it was like, no, like you've done something actually really interesting. But then they ended it. And it was like,
yeah, what? Yeah, no, I think that's what I really liked about it, because like this track is called Interlude, so it kind of serves a greater function in the album.
Yeah. That was crazy.
I really liked the use of like 4 different languages. And the message that it was at least communicating to me was like, yes, we're all dreaming about these different things, but we're all able to communicate in our own ways about these dreams. And even though we're from different cultures and we speak different languages, we all kind of share this like collective kind of experience with like dreams and what they mean to us. I thought that was really nice. It was kind of like, oh, made me want to cry a little bit. It was really nice. And I loved the duality of like the cello and the violin kind of playing together. And I noticed the first time they came in together was when one of the guys was talking about in his dream, like, you were with me, or like you were there. He was like talking about someone else.
Text painting.
Like a lady of some kind, or a man, you know, who knows. But I just thought that was really nice. And that part at the end was really interesting too. It was spooky.
What the heck was that? So we went from Eric Satie, and then we had a nice cello solo and a very nervous violin, but it came out fine. And then the whole like Lavender Town. What the heck was that? Why? I think it does symbolize what they're transitioning. So it's like from regular to regular. So you have very nice and simple dashing melodies, and then later it's just like very rough.
我觉得这首歌非常有创意。
Oh God!
I think the song is very creative.
Can you explain in further detail what Satie and the violet?
Well, I was referencing to his gymnosopédie.
Gymnopédie. There you go. Here, piano time. Do you know this piece? It's a pretty little simple piece by Eric Satie, who's a really weird composer. But every time you hear, it's like a nearly waltz, but it's just 1, 2, 1, 2, and it oscillates between 2 chords. That's why this song's connection to Gymnopédie is so strong, because it starts by oscillating between 2 chords.
Wow, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, we were just talking about how if you're gonna have very different sections, you have to have something that's the same, and in this case, they actually took the material from the first section and just reversed it. So you still recognize all of the sounds. It felt weird because it was the other way around.
Well, and I didn't even notice it at first. Good music, you don't notice when there is a single thread going through every single section. I mean, that's like the beauty of, you know, like a piece like Brahms 4 or something like that. Or like, you know, there is something that keeps it all tied together. I think it's I think it's great.
I'm not a Brahms person.
You play horn.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a Brahms person.
That's why you would be a Brahms person. All right.
Or every solo in B natural. Do you like transposing by a tritone?
I think it was excellent, this piece.
I feel like this would be a really great track to put in between 2 other tracks in a CD.
Yeah, it's a good interlude.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They had around like 4 or 5 tracks under the regular section, and then they smashed this one in the middle, and then the rest were under the irregular section.
That's awesome. Wow.
It's a story, and the harmony makes it like more crunchy, and it makes you kind of like get to the edge of your seat a little bit, and then you kind of feel angsty, and then like, and then you have that. Drops. Super cool.
Yeah, one thing I just thought of, it's really nice too. I feel like the music really reflects thematically what's behind the song. Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like when we all have dreams, sometimes they can be very simple or almost naive in a sense. And I feel like that's reflected where it's just like, oh, string quartet, just basic 3/4 waltz. And then I feel like, at least hearing the song from that interpretation, when you kind of see reality and how things aren't always black and white, but are more gray. I feel like that can be reflected in how all of a sudden they distort everything, which is really cool, by the way, whatever they did, whether or not they used a synthesizer or used a combination of that and like distorting the strings that you were hearing. You could hear how everything was kind of more murky, more unknown, which plays into, like real life.
Hello everyone, I'm Umu and I'm the channel runner of ReacttotheK. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you're curious about the videos that we'll be reacting to in the future, I put a link to a doc with our release schedule in the description. Last but not least, if you'd like to support our channel, you can help us out by pledging any amount you would like on our Patreon. On Patreon, you can get access to full unedited pair reaction playlists, reactions to Japanese releases, and much more. And of course, a huge shout out and thank you to our superstar patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Bye!